Well, I am recovering from my cancer surgery on the top of my head. And I was worried that all my ideas were gonna sneak out when they were doing the surgery. But it seems it's okay. All my ideas are still trapped in my head. So we're gonna get on and do some drawing, aren't we, Mr. Miro? Huh? Nothing is gonna stop us doing some drawing. Even cancer is not gonna stop us. So we're going to do the most beautiful drawing today you've ever seen. Come and check it out. What do you think, Mr. Miro? Isn't he beautiful today? Isn't he gorgeous? Well, hello and good morning. We are going to get on and do some drawing this morning. Don't worry about the top of my head. If the plasters and bandages don't hold all my thoughts in, my magical hat will. So don't you worry about me at all. Everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to be amazing. And we are going to be drawing for another 100 years at least. So we are going to get on and do a few more of these smaller images, which have been extremely popular. And I must say I have had a lot of fun doing them. I really have kind of enjoyed this whole breath of fresh air. I mean, just to be honest, it's actually been very refreshing to draw these kind of smaller kind of ideas. What it wouldn't have been a thought that I would have done on my own, as I don't really like drawing small. I do quite enjoy having a big A2 or an A1 and kind of hammering some wild ink onto it. But these are definitely quite exciting. There we are. Nice, kind of just adding some additional details to it. So I had gone for some eye surgery, is the whole story. I had gone for some eye surgery and I had to do it like 3 times. And during the eye surgery someone said, "Oh, you have something not wrong with you have something not right with your head." And I said, "Well, you know, I know that." And he said, "Oh no, I mean you have so I had to go and have some wild surgery on it. But you know, as we all get older, these things are sent to try us. They're sent to test our durability, and nothing is going to stop me doing what I love. That is for sure. And it shouldn't stop you either. Whatever the thing that is sent to test you, fight it. Fight it with all the love and passion that you have. And I sure as hell am. I am not one to give up on any situation. It's been a very hard month with having my teeth pulled and my eye surgery and now my cancer surgery. But it's still not going to stop me. That is for sure. So I will be doing hundreds more videos left. But it's probably a very good time to also say, if you want to support this channel, if you want to see this channel be successful and you do want this channel to last longer, there are many ways that you can support. You can financially support by the top of my YouTube page, there is a PayPal. You can donate money to make sure that ink is constantly flowing. You can go on and buy prints from my shop, and mugs and t-shirts and such like. If you do have a shop and you want to buy it in bulk, we can talk about that also. And there is originals, and there are hundreds of books. These are some of the originals that I've been doing. And you can go on and purchase them. At the moment I'm using eBay because my shop has gone a little bit insane. You know, it really has. I noticed the way that Etsy seems to work is that when they change their policies and everything, my prices change also, and I kind of feel like sometimes things are a lot more expensive than I originally put them up for, and I don't like that. I don't like having that. So at the moment I am actually looking for another way to make my artwork accessible, and I want it to be accessible for the main reason that I find a lot of other artists get so popular that it's impossible to actually buy an original unless you have a whole bucket load of cash or you've won the lottery. And I want my work to be accessible. I want it to be something that is loved. And seen and shared, and you know, and the only way to do that is to really do it for myself, without agent fees, without all the big boy fees. And I think the only way to do that is to really control it myself. And that's what I'm doing. So at the moment I am trying to get a little bit of a kickstart with using eBay at the moment, and I'm hoping that will, well, I mean, it's worked out okay so far with eBay. It's bending down to pick up a bird. But it's obviously it's okay for short term, but long term I will need to think of something else. But I am still working on my books. I've got quite a few in the process. I think I've got about 4 or 5 books that I'm in the process of doing, and with all the time in hospital recently, it's kind of knocked it all a bit silly. But I am back to finish the books. I am back to get art prints up and originals up, and I am really looking forward to the whole process. Let's get another one started. Peel them apart. I do love that. Oh, that kind of gives me a feeling of some kind of devil cat straight off. And for all the people out there that are suffering and dealing with cancer, my heart goes out to you, to every single one of you. I hope things get better and better and better, and you're back on full recovery very, very, very soon. My heart really goes out to you. It has been a very worrying time for sure. And as all of these kind of illnesses and sicknesses creep up on people, they can be very, very stressful. But I think the main thing for me is that if you can, and not everybody can, but if you can continue what you love to do, whether it's gardening or whether it's drawing and painting, then do so. Do so with gusto. Do it with absolute passion, because I feel like without my artwork and without my kind of drawing and without the creativity part, and I must say without my adorable nurse, Mr. Miro, and my lovely sister, it would have been much harder. Mr. Miro has been absolutely fantastic, as has my sister. My sister has been lovely too. She's been kind of looking after me. But, you know, I know that it is a very, very hard time for a lot of people. But I think it also kind of reminds you that life is about enjoying it. Even in the hard times, you need to enjoy it. You need to push through it and keep that love for your life. Keep that love and the passion for everything that's going on. You know, at this rate, I think my life story book will be quite will be quite dramatic. And talking about life story stuff, if you haven't seen on my posts on my YouTube, there's a part where I post up like pictures and news. BMO Creative has done another gorgeous little documentary about me and King Rara. It's an absolute belter. It's absolutely beautiful, and he's a super intelligent guy, and he goes through and he does all his kind of you know, he does a lot of research and things like that, and he really is an amazing guy. And I'm really, really touched and really, really honoured by it. So if you haven't seen it, go over and see King Rara on BMO. BMO. You'll see his little circular green logo with a little face with glasses on it. And he does these kind of like, he talks about Bigfoot and all of these kind of incredible kind of mystical things. So if you are into that stuff, he is definitely the best one on doing it. He'll talk about mermaids and Bigfoot and angels and demons, and you know, it's quite amazing. And we have a lot of sunshine today, so Mr. Miro is in the garden, running around, sniffing everything and investigating everything, which is lovely. It is nice when the sun comes back. And it feels like it has been a very, very, very long winter in the south of England, for sure. There you go, it's kind of like a demon there, you know. He's a little bit of a spooky cat, this one. So that's the news. That's what's happening here in the south of England at the moment. That's all the gossip. And I did some cats also yesterday, so it's kind of like a bit of a cat mood at the moment. Cats and birds seem to be the popular thing at the moment, and I have to kind of catch up with what has been asked. And that is quite gorgeous. I'm very pleased with that one. It's got a real mood about him, you know. a real kind of danger about him. Let's see if we can squeeze another one in. Let's try a different size. Let's try some of these slightly smaller ones. These are an A6. Curly-haired one. I gotta keep checking that my everything is in place. Let me get my big magical paintbrush. Oh no, I think my magical paintbrush has died. Look at that. The end has fallen off. That was the greatest paintbrush ever in the whole oh, and now he has died. He has finally fallen off. He fell off at one point and I super glued all his little bristles back on, but he's done, dead. I'll have to find another little one. I guess these things happen, don't they? Nothing lasts forever, right? I should do a whole book of these cats because I've done so many recently, and there has been some real fantastic ones. I haven't done a book of cats. No, I did do the Cat book. If any of you haven't seen the Cat book, it's over there somewhere. Somewhere in amongst all the collections. Cat was a lovely book. It was about this green cat, and I really did enjoy drawing Cat. He was this gorgeous bad or naughty cat, and he was bright green, and there was a whole story about him being found in the river or something, or he had been kind of thrown away by his owners. He kind of looks like he's praying, doesn't he? Lovely. Oh, very nice cat. Squeeze my name in there at the bottom. Let's try and squeeze in another one. Let's try and get one more in there. And that would be a nice kind of set of 4. If I can do one more today, it would be lovely. Right, let's squeeze him over there. Is that one? Yes, it looks like it. Right, I don't have a tiny brush anymore. That's not a tiny brush, but what the hell, let's try it. Lovely. Very nice start. Kind of gives a nice dynamics to everything, doesn't it? And I kind of feel like the cat's going that way, you know. So I kind of feel, as you can see, these lines here, that one and that one, are kind of suggesting that that's where his kind of claws are. It does make me feel like part of the drawing is already done for me. You know, it's like if you look at what happens with your paper and with your paint and things like that, you really kind of focus in on it. You can really get a lot of clues and a lot of feedback from the paper and from the ink as well. It really does kind of talk to you if you listen. If you kind of get in nice and close and listen, you can hear from it. It kind of talks to you. It is quite remarkable. And already I can see how I've used those splash marks to use it as my attacking feet. And it's a beautiful kind of example there of. I want to try and get the tail coming in there. I'll try. I can. Yes, that works. Now I've got a new brush now. It's not the old one. It's a lot bigger. It's a lot chunkier. But maybe that's what has been called for. You know, maybe that's what the ink gods want me to do. Yeah, they want me to draw with a thicker brush for a change. I'm going to give them a different nose. And these mornings for me are very, very important. These kind of relaxing sketch mornings, these release of energy are very, very, very important for me. In the way that they kind of charge up my energy, they charge up my love for what I'm doing. Yeah, it looks like he's kind of been blown by the wind, or he's in a mood of jumping to attack something. Very nice. I will put another leg in the background there. Just to kind of show that it does have indeed 4 legs. And there we have a lovely, lovely dynamic one. I'm really pleased with that one. There's something really energetic about it, but at the same time, what is very beautiful is oh dear, the camera has switched off. What has happened? What has happened? What has happened? What has happened? I do hate these cameras. Okay. I think it's still recording. There you go, and you can see all 4 of the images there, so you can see all 4 of them. And I find that they're actually really special. This one here who's kind of bending over and looking down at this little bird who's on the side there, which is very, very, very nice. You kind of feel like that kind of, oh, poor thing kind of expression with him. Then you got this kind of demon cat that's in there with his claws ready to strike. You kind of got this worried, kind of thoughtful, clever cat. And then you've got this dynamic attacking cat. So you've got 4 very, very, very different cats and very different expressions in about 25 minutes. So I hope that is enough to impress you enough to go and sign on. There is about 90,000 people that watch every month, and about half of those people come back. But you don't push that button. You need to push that button for me. If you could push the follow or the subscribe button, as they call it, it would be very, very, very grateful. And if you want to support the channel in any way possible, go buy yourself a book or a print or a t-shirt or something, all right? And thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. And come back for tomorrow and we'll draw some more. Sounds good? See you there. Bye-bye.